Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about how to start an anime collection or how to build on your currently existing collection. But first, I'm sure everyone here is wondering why I'm uploading a discussion video on a Monday instead of a Tuesday. That's because you're not getting just one discussion video this week, you're getting 5. But what if I told you that you didn't have to wait for these discussion videos until later on this week, that you can watch them all today if you want to? Check out my Patreon channel where all of these videos are currently available. Getting into this video, the first thing I want to say is a lot of people out there have this misconception that it takes a short amount of time to build a collection and they really just rush it, or they feel bad because they can't buy a certain amount. This is the wrong way to go about it, and you're not going to have fun with your collection, or as much fun as you will if you value the pieces more individually. Now, there are some people out there that will just think that, wow, Bob is rich. This is my first time seeing BobSamurai, and he's got a lot of animes behind him, he's got a lot of DVDs, he's got a lot of manga. He must have just bought that over the past week because I didn't know about BobSamurai before last week. This is completely wrong. People don't really understand that it took years to build this. In fact, there were certain other times where I was just struggling to buy anime out there, and collecting it wasn't quite as fun during those times, and I'll get into that in a bit. But now, collecting anime is something that you should start with an emotional connection to these series, and you're going to really enjoy starting your collection this way, or at least building onto the collection you already have. Let me tell you a bit about when I first started collecting anime. There was a few series here that I started picking out. I remember specifically the day that I went into Best Buy and I found this Peacemaker box set, because up until then I had only seen these big boxes that only came with a single DVD and you had to buy all of the other separates, and then I saw this thin pack that contained the entire series. It was like $25 to $30. I was blown away by this. It was an instant buy, not only because it was a complete series and it was such a low price, but because it was a series that I already enjoyed. This was something that I had seen on TV a while ago, and I really enjoyed it. So for me, I bought it instantly, and I remember watching it, just marathoning through it, really loving it, having it on DVD, listening to the sound of the DVD menu, looking at whatever extras it had, and I really enjoyed it. Then moving forward to something else that really meant a whole lot to me, just telling you a bit of my experiences here just so that you guys can compare, we have my Last Exile set here. And I remember this show here and this set here is easily the most valuable to me. It's the most sentimental piece that I have out of my collection, because I remember I got into a big bidding war on eBay over this. It was brand new. I paid probably like $65. Felt like I was stupid just bidding that much money on it, but then I got it and I saw all the postcards in it. I saw all of the extras that it had, the nice box to it. It really is beautiful, but it's a series that itself holds a very strong connection with me, because I remember back when I was just getting into anime, this aired on G4 TV, and I remember I stayed up watching this 24-hour marathon, recording all of the episodes on VHS, and then I had it out, rewatch it on these crappy VHS cassettes that I had recorded off the TV, skipping through the commercials and stuff, and then I finally found the DVD version of it, and I spent so much money. I was in this big bidding war over it. So that set to me really has this strong connection, and that just goes to show you that you can have this collection, this big collection, and have very strong bonds with some of the pieces that you have. As a collector, this is something that I think a lot of people experience it, and it all really depends on how you actually buy the anime. So of course, rule number 1 is to start small and buy the series that really matter to you, the ones that you're really passionate about, because it's one thing to watch it on the computer, it's another thing to watch it on the TV or whatever, but when you actually have it in your hand and you have booklets or any sort of extras that you have, you're going to look at every square inch of that packaging, you're going to look at all of the extras, you're going to watch that series over and over and learn a whole lot more about it. It's a closer experience that you have with your anime collection at that point. It's a great place to start out buying the things that you love. The next point I want to make is collecting is not a competition. Collecting is a hobby. It reflects your interest in anime. Like, you're going to buy a series that you're going to like, and that reflects the type of anime that you like, but it does not mean that somebody with more anime than you likes anime more than you do. because it doesn't reflect all the anime that you've seen. And I've seen countless times where people will send me pictures or lists or videos and they'll say, well, Bob, I don't have that much money, I feel kind of embarrassed about this, don't laugh at my collection. You shouldn't think of it as if it's some sort of competition. You shouldn't be embarrassed about your collection. I see some people out there, they'll link me a video saying, well, I've only had this collection a year, I'm kind of embarrassed by it because it's kind of small, and they have like 3 times as much as I had when I started collecting anime. I remember I have pictures, I still have the picture of this day, where I just built this shelf and my DVD collection only covers up the top part of it. I didn't even have an anime collection at that time. And I remember after a year of collecting anime, I only had about 1 of these grids filled. And then over time, it takes years to build up these collections like this. And over time, I just started building more and more and more, which leads me to another thing, is don't try and push yourself to go out there and buy a whole lot of anime. I love anime, you love anime, we all know that we love anime, and it's no point in just going out there to push yourself to buy anime because, like I said, it doesn't mean you like anime any more than somebody else who has a really tiny collection. It just means that you have a larger collection. True story, actually. I remember, you might remember this too, back when I would do these massive pickups videos where I would have like $500 of pickups in a single month, and I was actually starving myself a lot of those times to buy those. I remember I lost about 20 pounds. I also changed up my diet a bit, which also contributed to that, but I mostly ate, like, I lived off a can of beefaroni and a bag of popcorn a day just to save up enough money to do these massive collections. I was a bit of a shopaholic, and it was this emotional response that I had. I would feel depressed or down. I would go, and it's something that helped me feel better. Of course, it wasn't the right thing to do. I'd wake up, I'd be feeling bad, maybe 4 o'clock in the morning. I remember I bought all Dragon Ball Z at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm glad that I have it and I got a good deal on it, but still, that sort of action that I was taking wasn't a healthy action, just buying so much. And I don't really do pickups videos that much anymore just because I really can't afford to buy. And in fact, the last few months I really haven't bought anything. So you gotta pace yourself. It's not a race. And in fact, one thing that I learned to do that actually saves me a lot of money when I'm collecting anime is to wait, hold off, and say for example you like to shop Amazon a lot. What I like to do, I'm scrolling through Amazon sometimes. Sometimes I'll go to the used section on Amazon and I'll go from lowest to highest, and then I'll type in the search parameter complete or series, and I'll search from lowest to highest, and I'll pick up some of these used in very good condition deals on some of the older box sets. Sometimes I haven't done this in a while because I really can't afford to shop like that anymore, but I would go through on Amazon lists after page after page after page. I'd put it into my cart, and there were some things that I could wait on, and I would save it up until the time maybe I get paid or something, and I would allot myself at a time to maybe like one larger purchase a month. And then it got to the point where I just kind of held off completely altogether, and the only time I shopped for anime was mostly at the end of the year, and that's really where you're going to find all of your deals on new anime. You're going to find a lot of deals on anime around the time of, you can find some around the time of Black Friday for the holiday season, but your big deals from my experiences in buying a lot of anime is going to be around Christmas time and New Year's. That's a lot of the time where a lot of sites are going to be getting a new merchandise, and they're trying to get rid of a lot of old things, and there's going to be massive sales. I remember buying certain DVDs and Blu-rays for like $5, $10. You can get some really great deals around that time of the year. Many sites are going to offer these free shipping options. I know people have Amazon Prime, I know I have it, and it's great to just get things within 2 days, but a lot of sites, they will offer you bulk deals where if you buy a certain amount you get free shipping, and shipping is very important. I always try to get that free whenever I can, because think about it. Say for example this week you buy something, you pay $8 on shipping, and that's one item. You really didn't get that much of a sale on the item because it was $8 more expensive, and then next week you do the same thing. So that's $16 of shipping that the $16 could have been an entire anime series itself, because there's some of these save collections and editions out there that cost about $16 or maybe $20. And if you just bulk up your purchases, you save yourself all that shipping, and those savings could become actual anime that you could watch instead of just getting things faster. We don't really need everything that fast unless it's like a brand new series that's just coming out and you really want to get it because you really love it, and it's worth paying shipping for that because it's brand new. But most of the stuff, it's been out for a while, you can afford to wait on it just a bit unless it's something that's super rare. One other really important tip about buying anime is if you're buying anime online at different sites, make sure that it doesn't ship from China. I know I've gotten a lot of bootlegs actually from eBay. Check the buyers or the seller's page, check their ratings, check where they're located. If they're shipping from China, do not trust them with DVDs, because more times than not, you're going to find a lot of bootlegs coming from China. I made a video about how to identify bootlegs on my channel a while back, and you could easily get a lot of bootlegs if you're buying from a place that ships from China. So the last bit of advice I'd like to leave you with is about the shelving. I get a lot of questions about the shelves, and I cannot stress this enough. Do not buy, I repeat, do not buy these tower wire racks that I see people with. I had them myself. I know the mindset. You don't want to spend that much money on a shelf like that, but you should definitely invest in proper shelving. How much money did I spend on those racks right there? Not much individually, but how many times did I have to buy a new one or a bigger one because I filled that one up? And chances are, if you're collecting anime, you also have a decent amount of collection of video games or movies too, possibly. So it's not just going to hold your anime. I would recommend buying one of these wall shelves here. Buy it in black. Do not buy any color other than black, or else but whenever you need to expand and buy another shelf, then it's gonna look weird, kind of like mine is. I've had this one for 8 years and you cannot find it anymore. I wanted to buy the exact same one, that way I could put stuff on top of it, but you just cannot do it. Buy black. It's timeless. It's probably not gonna fit with all of your other furniture in the room, but it's a color that matches with everything. It goes well. And when you're buying stuff like this, even though it is really expensive, this material that it's made with is pretty cheap. All you need it to do is be about a 1/4 inch thick of wood for the shelves individually. I know some shelves out there offer less space than that, and they are going to crack and break because some of these are actually pretty heavy over a long period of time. Do not get anything that's really under a 1/4 of an inch thick for the shelves, because I wouldn't really think that they would hold up over time. I have read some reviews of other shelves. Some of these are actually going to be relatively expensive, even though for what you're getting, they're pretty cheap. I bought this one off of Walmart.com for about $150, and I bought this one out of a Best Buy. It might have been about $100 back in the day. I've had this shelf for 8 years. I bought this in store, and I don't think any stores around me sell large shelving like this anymore, but I would recommend to you to do some shopping first, do some research, go into the stores around you. You might pay a little bit more this way, but you're going to save yourself some backache in the future. Go around to stores near you. Go into these stores and look at their large shelving. Write down the dimensions. Write down everything about it that you can. Come home, read reviews about it, measure your wall. Make sure that you have space for this, and then take someone with you to buy these shelves. These shelves, when they're in the box and they're all compressed together, they are actually going to weigh a lot. So take someone with you. I don't care, you're probably a really strong guy or something, but still I would recommend take someone with you, because as a person who has back problems, because I used to have to lift a lot of furniture, it was a job related thing, and I hurt my back because of that. And sometimes if I move wrong, or if I sit in the wrong position, or if I sit in a certain chair at a restaurant, I'll have back pains for a few days. And I know it's also a posture related issue too, but I remember I ordered this off of Walmart, and the person at whatever delivery company, I can't remember, delivered this 3 doors down across the street. I'm not talking about like an apartment building, but like the house 3 doors down across the street. And there I was, 125 pounds, trying to push this giant thing that's in a box across the street with the back problems that I already have, when it was early in the morning. And that's how it is. You're going to wake up one day early in the morning, you're not going to be prepared to lift something like this, so take a friend with you, someone who can help you lift it, take it into your house and help you put it together and build it. Also have the correct tools and everything, but that's, I guess, self-explanatory. Anyways, hopefully this video has helped you out with your collection. Maybe you're starting a collection, maybe you're growing your collection. Let me know some of your tips in the comment section below, because maybe we can learn something, or maybe somebody who's watching this video can learn from some of your experiences. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, and I'll see you next time.